Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Obduction. We've just done a swapping puzzle involving that large sphere that we found in Hunrath on top of the railroad cart thingy. Railroad train trucks and a motorcycle. And we've used that to open up a shortcut between this elevator and what appears to be the polyarc chamber. There's another beetle. Alright, to get to the tree, we need to shut down I think this lower left connector here. But we also got a 20-digit password that we need to input into this thing. 7 3 9 2 2 5 6 8 704 309 243 243 913. Enter. And that has dropped the box onto the lower level. I suppose I could have waited till it was down here to go back and get the Russian text off the back of it instead of going all the way back around in the off-camera of the previous episode. Oh well. So this one here appears to power that elevator that we want. This one, I think, drives the wheel that's blocking access to the tree. So I believe these two knobs here say range. This one says knob or key or something like that. And if we look at the back of it, it says engage in meaningless business. Engage in meaningless business. I think Google Translate used to translate that as boondoggle. Either that or it auto-suggested something else that was there. So now we drop this elevator back down to the low end. We can go up through this scaffolding here and into the polyarc chamber. And if we pick the correct lever to disengage there at the main control area, going down this way should get us to the tree without having a spinning wheel of death in the way. I don't hear the machine clattering, so that's a good sign. And the wheel has indeed stopped. Come through here. More ruins of an ancient collapsed civilization. And we find the root of the tree here, much the same as the one in Hunrath, complete with loading screen. As we get to the lower level, this one is blue, just like everything else in Kaptar, with regard to swapping. Yank the lever here. Watch the water fill up the pool. Right. And if we trace the hose and this wire from the voltmeter, which is already showing some voltage, we can go this way. And these make the same sound as the dome travel does, but we've connected to the heart here in Hunrath. This one is still inaccessible. It's red. We've not seen any red swap machines yet. So I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that might be Soria. This one would be green and would feed from Murray. But we are now done with Kaptar. I don't think we'll need to go back to Kaptar for anything. So let's go to pick up some loose ends here in Hunrath. If you go slowly enough up here, it's able to load on the fly. And doesn't have to bring up the loading screen or for very long. We come out here, and we see that there's rail cars on the thing, and there's this plate thing hanging over the thing, kind of like what you see on those little swap machines. So we can assume that CW has been building stuff. Okay. So there's a few loose ends that we want to attend to before we head off to Murray. And one of these things you're just going to have to trust me on. And it's that I want this gate to be swung the other direction. This will save us a few minutes later. The other thing I'm going to deal with now is I'm going to get those rocks out of the way and probably put the cart back up in the junkyard. Again, you have to trust me that that's something we'll want later. But I'm also not going to explain it now, because that would be premature. I don't think we've been this way through those rocks yet. I don't think we've been down this particular path yet today, or yet this run. It goes up by Farley's house. Now, one thing that drives me crazy about this is that you have to park the cart on the points in order to swap it. When in reality, you should, yes, just like we saw here, you're already committed to going the one direction when you swap, and you're suddenly going the other direction. Alright, now what we're doing here is we're just turning this thing around. Because we needed it to be turned around to hit the rocks down by the waterfall. Normally throwing the points under a partially parked or partially passed train is going to cause a derailment, as has happened on a number of occasions. Alright, I think I can hit it from here, but I want to get up right close. There we go. For some reason, he keeps stepping out through the framework. And this is that other new bonus content that was added in the patch. It says something here in Russian. Oh, this is so much fun typing Russian words and translate on a tablet. As expected, it says radiation hazard. Alright. Radiation hazard signs. So another one of these big ugly locked doors. That looks like a submarine. Looks like CW's got all kinds of wiring run down to the missile silos. Here's the big ugly door. I thought there was a journal or something that he had written on parts they'd salvaged from there or something. There it is. Submarine parts salvage log, blah, 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 blah. Speakers, lifts, motors, toggle switches, bedding, buckets, spigots, more switches, meters, torches, welding rods, welders, oscilloscopes, torpedo, warhead explosives, wiring, harnesses, multimeter, fuel hose, fans, pipe wrenches, 12 cases of, that's probably beer or some sort of liquor or wine. I don't know. 12 pumps, hoist, come-alongs, winch, refrigerators, ovens, vegetables. And the important thing here is a retro encabulator. The name on that looks suspiciously like the thing we saw back on Kaptar that we dropped to its doom with that horrendous 20-digit password. For those not into engineering, there's a video ad for this company's new retro encabulator or turbo encabulator, which is a Technobabble style mess of words that have no real meaning. It's hilarious to watch if you're into engineering. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. Alright. Next step, after having visited the submarine, we're going to want this thing up top when we finish Murray. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it back in the junkyard. Or not quite in the junkyard, but the top of the hill at least. Let's just park it here and get out of the way. No real reason I'm parking it here, just that's where I feel like parking it. Alright, let's... I think if we go back and talk to Cecil, or CW, he's just going to say keep connecting the trees. We've got one additional one done besides Hunrath. Okay. I want to go from here. We are... I'm going to go up into the tower. That's what I wanted to do. And I think the most direct route up into the tower is going to be through Yosef's office / house. You can tell CW is a bit of a... If CW is the one that built this stuff, you can tell he's a bit of a mad engineer. He'd do real well on Junkyard Wars, the old TLC series. So if we look at Kaptar, we see that it's lit up and has some voltage registering. If we look here at Hunrath, we can see that it's registering. But Murray and Mofang are still at 0. And I'm probably going to cut some of this weighting out, but let's see what happens when this thing reaches full blast. So it's almost to 50. Oop, there it goes. It jumped back down. And I thought the tree was supposed to turn red when that... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, the tree turned red when the voltage dropped. And I think we read the description of the bleeder, which is this other thing over here that we can sometimes see doing something when the tree is not deprived of water. I don't really feel like waiting around for it. If we see the bleeder in operation, we see it. Otherwise, not sure I care. All right. So I don't think there's much else that we need to take care of here in Hunrath at this point. So I think we're going to head off to the wonderful world of Murray, starting in our next video. We did open that door that we found from the swap machine in Kaptar. So I think we'll cut this off here as soon as we finish swapping back to Murray. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.